again. This is another episode of Ecodeed podcast. Whoa, so nice to see you once again. Welcome to Ecodeed. Today we shall be talking about how Nema, and Nema in this case the National Environment Management Authority here in Kenya, is going to affect your business. Do you think Nema has a way it's going to affect your business, whether negatively or positively? That is what I want to talk to you about in this episode. And this is because I've realized, or I've met several of my clients who doesn't really understand the role of Nema in their business, or how their businesses are going to be affected either directly or indirectly by Nema. And let me start by saying that Nema is a government agency. It is under the national government of Kenya, and it was founded in 1999 through the law that we call the EMCA 1999. Now, EMCA is the Environment Management and Coordination Act of 1999. Don't you worry about all these things. The most important thing that you need to know, after that law was enacted in 1999, Nema was formed and started operating in 2002. So it has been in operation from 2002. The first law, or the principal environmental law that I talked about, we call it in short EMCA. When you hear me talking of EMCA, I'm talking about EMCA, then the principal environmental law formed Nema. And Nema, or that law mandated Nema to do two things. The mandate of Nema contains two major functions, or two major mandates. And these are: one, to exercise general supervision and coordination of all matters relating to the environment. So it is the Nema agency or parastatal that is supposed to supervise and coordinate all matters that relate to the environment in the country. And they are also mandated to be the principal instrument of the government of Kenya in the implementation of all policies relating to the environment. So any policy, any law, any regulation that talks about the environment, Nema is supposed to implement that. That is part of their mandate. That is part of their responsibility, their job, what they have been formed to do. Okay, so now you hear that if your business is on the environment, in the environment, interacting with the environment, then Nema obviously plays a role, because it's supposed to supervise. One of the mandates is to supervise. The other one is to implement the laws and the regulations that we have. So that is how, or in one way, how Nema is going to interfere, to influence, or how it is going to interact with your business. It doesn't matter which business you're in, directly or indirectly, Nema is going to interfere, is going to supervise, is going to interact with you, either as a business person or with your business entity. The other thing that you also need to understand is something that is talked about in the Constitution. In the Constitution, when we talk about the Bills of Rights, specifically Article 42 talks about any person who is in Kenya, they have a right to a clean and healthy environment. Every person who is in this country, and to quote, it says that every person in Kenya has a right to a clean and healthy environment. And this includes the right to have the environment protected for the benefit of the present and the future generation. So you have a right to access a clean and access a healthy environment. Not just you, but even the future generation, they have a right to have a clean and healthy environment. So directly, what that says is that your business, if your business in any way is messing up with the environment, if any way in your business, as you operate your business, if in any way your business is going to, interfere with this right that has been provided by the Constitution of Kenya 2010, then directly, without even waiting for it, you can be sure Nema, that has the mandate to supervise and implement the laws relating to the environment, will come for you. The Constitution is the supreme law, and EMCA is the principal law, and all these give power to Nema. So yes, Nema is going to interfere, is going to interact, is going to affect your business directly or indirectly. But of course, it depends on the nature of the business you're in. For example, if you have a hospital, you're operating in a hospital, whether by the county government, by the national government, or even a private hospital, Nema is of course going to interfere or to interact with your business, because they will want to know how are you disposing of your waste. Are you following the right procedures? Are you following the right standards before you dispose of your waste if you have a hospital? Because if you do not do that, and that waste from a hospital, which is dangerous to the normal Kenyan, in any way that you want to put it, how that waste is obviously going to interfere or is going to not provide this right that a person has, that a Kenyan has, to a clean and healthy environment. If I'm walking around and I'm finding used expired drugs, I'm finding used cotton wools, and there's a hospital around my area, that hospital has infringed my right to a healthy environment. And as a Kenyan, I'm supposed to take the law. I'm supposed to go to court and complain of an institution that have, interfered with my right to a clean and healthy environment. But also now, for example, you have another business that, for example, is a kindergarten school. You just have a small school that you're doing the preschool education. Really, the impact from that is going to be very, very minimal. So it depends on how much risk your business poses to the environment. The more the risk, the higher the chances, or the higher the interaction you're going to have with Nema. Because if your business is posing so much risk to the environment, then Nema must be very keen on how you operate your business to ensure that you do not interfere or infringe the rights of other people. Right? And so exactly how does it come to your business, or how do Nema come to your business, and what will be the looking for? How do you interact with it? And one is through licenses. One of the ways that your business is going to interact with Nema is through licenses. There are so many licenses that you might need at different stages of your business, and of course depending on the nature of your business. For example, if you want to do a crusher. Now that I have several friends who are in the quarrying industry, if you want to do a crusher, you will need a license initially to say that you are proposed, meaning the project that you want to put up is not yet in existence. You just have an idea or a plan. The proposer, that project is not going to interfere with the surrounding, with the environment, with the local environment negatively. And if it does, you have a plan of how you're going to manage that. So you need a license, and that is the environmental impact assessment license. It's usually done before you implement your project. Okay? There are other licenses, for example, effluent discharge license. If the nature of your business, you release wastewater as a byproduct, as a waste, then you need to apply for these licenses. Others have waste in form of air. So you have some gaseous waste that you're producing and releasing to the environment. You need a license for that specific action. Others are using, they are dealing with waste. You're transporting or collecting waste and disposing it where, how, or recycling. You need licenses from Nema. So that is one way that you're going to interact with Nema. That is through licenses. The other one is through permits. Permits are short term. They're not like licenses. Maybe you need a short permit to do an event for 2 weeks or so. So those are permits. The other thing is monitoring. Nema is going to monitor how you operate your business. And the way they're going to monitor is through different audits. Okay? That is one way of monitoring. There are so many other monitoring. Like they could just come to your facility and want to see and go through your facility, go through your document to monitor. But one way that Nema is going to really, really interact with your business is through environmental audits. And these environmental audits will be checking at how compliant you are to the laws and regulations and conditions that you have been given in the course of you doing business in the past. So that is 3 ways how Nema is going to interact with your business directly: through licenses, through permits, or even through environmental audits, which is a tool for monitoring. And don't you worry, Ecodeed is here to help you with all these things. We conduct environmental impact assessments, and we also do environmental audits. We help businesses and entrepreneur comply to different licenses, different rules and regulations. Some you might not even know. You could just book a free consultation. We talk about your business, and then I'm going to let you know if there's a permit that you might need, or a license, or there's something that you need from Nema before they catch up with you. Because if they catch up with you, there's a financial implication, there's penalties, there's so many things that we don't want to talk about in this channel. So if you have a business and you'd want to know exactly what you might need from Nema, make sure to book a call with us. Now, before you go, I have something for you. I have something for you, because I would not want Nema to come to your facility and find, for monitoring, for example, and find there are things that you have not been doing that you ought to have done several years ago. For example, there's a license that you needed, an annual license you needed, and God knows you didn't know you need that license and you've just been operating. And then they're going to penalize you for all those years you've been operational without these licenses. Now, I don't want that to come to you. I do not want that. And for you to be able to know what you need, I have a weekly newsletter that I'm going to be sending it to you. Every week, I send you with some piece of advice, some piece of content, some piece of value, some piece of consultation, answering your questions. Every week, just once a week, I send you that email where I let you know some few updates that have happened, new rules that have come into action, any notices from Nema. And if you're a manager of a business, would you not want to have information about how Nema is operating? Or I'm going to give you case studies of businesses that have been affected or closed down by Nema. Would you not really want to know and have up-to-date information of variable information that could save your business? Don't you want that? Now, if you think that's a useful thing, if you think that would be a really important thing, then please sign down. Then sign up for that newsletter. It will happen only once in a week. Make sure to sign up. Give me your email so I can send it to you. Give me your contact and also give me your name. Those are the only things that I need from you, and then I can send you those variable information every week. So, if you're listening to this on your podcast platform, rate this channel, follow, like, share it with your friend. If you're watching this on YouTube, hey, I hope you've enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to share with your fellow business people so that we have this thing moving on well. Till next time, bye-bye. Sustainability is our business.